Hi, um, I've taken a break from videos for a little bit, um, but I just wanted to hop in and kind of talk about what's been going on with me. Um, Last video, I think I was talking about, not I think I know, I was talking about like losing my job and just um, a whole life mm, upheaval. And now, the reason why I haven't been on YouTube for some time, it's because I am going through a gigantic transition that I never thought. Oh, that's my laptop. I never thought it would be like I never realized how it would affect me. It's all positive. Like, yes, I lost my job. It wasn't the best, so that was a good thing. It wasn't the best place or support or anything. Eventually, I graduated. I moved. A lot of things all happening at the same time. I am going on with my healing process. I am preparing to become licensed as a therapist, and so life is good. Like things are happening that are very positive, but even stress that is positive makes us exhausted, or it makes us uncertain, or like there's still negative emotions around positive changes in life, especially when they are that big and they are holistic, like they just occupying every side of your life. What I have been realizing is that as I graduated and moved and all these things, my identity started shifting towards like I feel more like a 32-year-old woman, mother, who's becoming a therapist, like a much more grounded person in that sense. I'm not as like building castles in the air of possibilities or of dreams or anything like that. I'm very grounded in reality, and I'm trying to get better and better at that, because I always had tendency throughout my life to just dream about stuff, and but reality based things I wouldn't want to take steps, or I would be scared of certain things. Now I feel more secure in who I am, which is great because it makes life a lot more enjoyable, a little bit easier, and I'm sure things will get better as I go. I'm still in the transition. I just felt like I needed kind of to um, jump in and say what I had to say about this growth process, because I'm sure at the end of this big transition, once I get to that stable life full of routines, which is something I'm trying to build, and I would like to talk about that actually. Um, Full of routines and stable, steady things, something that I have missed my whole life that I really have wanted. Um, like I just always wanted some kind of predictability in my life, which was something that I wasn't there. So as I'm building all of these things, I am also changing as a person, and I'm sure once all of these things are built and I'm having like a more stable self, it's more stable also outside life of me, like my, I don't know, my organization and all that, job and motherhood and all that, then I think I will like get to know someone different in me, which is not even different. It's like my authentic self without layers of trauma or emotional dependency or issues around stability or self-trust. I'm realizing more and more that when we trust ourselves, and all of this stuff sounds like cliche, but that's where I am now. Like, I guess I'm just in the beginning of realizing what cliches are about. Nothing elaborate here, just simple things like you need to trust yourself to have a better life. Well, very straightforward, sounds very simple, but unless you go through it, it's hard to grab that concept. It's like before I would just, touch my brain slightly and leave, like, okay, trust yourself. Okay, what does that mean exactly in real life? Now I'm learning that from the inside instead of just input, oh, I need to trust myself. Now I'm having the experience of it. of just trusting my opinions, trusting my body feelings. Like if my body feels off, I'm learning to listen. I'm not perfect at it yet, but I'm starting to pick up the language that my body has. More like very subtle, very like you need to have silence in your mind enough to be able to pick up on those subtle signals. Like the body rarely screams. Sometimes it screams like, this is painful, I don't want this. Anxiety, panic attacks, that sounds like screaming to me. But when it's trying to tell us something that is not dangerous, like just, be careful with this, or this is a good idea, actually, maybe you want this or you want that, the situation feels like this other way. And I realize when I don't filter that through fear or anxiety or not trusting other people or things like that, I am more able to be present and to take better decisions. And the body is telling me things every time, like all the time. I just need to sit there and listen to it. And I'm learning that. It sounds a very obvious thing, but I think not just me, I think a lot of people have issues connecting with their bodies. Like they just don't know what their bodies want. They feel uncomfortable, maybe stressed, and they think, oh, my body needs food, I need to eat right now because that's comforting. But maybe your body wants to bring up some grief that you haven't looked at because you lost a person 5 years ago and your life for the last 5 years was very chaotic. So your body didn't have the space, and your mind or whatever, your whole person didn't have the space to sit there and say, you know what, that person really mattered to me. I really need to cry about that, or I really need to feel the loss like the loss of, I just need to feel the feelings that are around that. And that sounds like obvious, but it's not that obvious. Like sometimes the things that we just don't think too much about, and we just just move over to the next thing. Okay, I need to trust myself, I already know that, let's move to the next thing. Then it's, of course, if you don't sit and look at that things, and those things, they just don't come. Like if you try to force it and think, oh, now I need to sit down here and learn how to trust myself more, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna stress you out. It comes with growth. Like once you are willing to do the work and look at your patterns, then things can change. Like what I have seen that worked for me is to base a lot my reality, like have a reality check and start living in reality. Like instead of making big stories about something that happened, go there and say, what exactly happened? How did that make me feel? Like what was going on exactly? Not the stories that my mind would build around that because of fear, anxiety, or not trusting people. It would be just about the objective situation and what was going on in that exact setting, and being able to analyze that without your own emotions and fear and projecting everything you have inside on top of it. It's so much, you have so much freedom in it, because now you can really take like make choices out of mental clarity and in a objective way. Like you are saying, okay, this is what's going on with my relationship. I'm not sure about these parts. I like these parts, and I will take a decision based on those that information. Like all that cluster of information is telling me, it's kind of helping me, and my wisdom and all that helping me go towards the right direction. But most of the time, at least that's what I have been doing my whole life, was okay, this person is not loving me the way I want. This means that I am unlovable. This means that I have some issues going on with me. And this means blah, blah, blah. And I'll project all of my stuff just right on top of this person and think, okay, and in an aggressive way, like just slap it out there and say, okay, you have all of these flaws and all these problems. But those are things that I have to solve within myself. It doesn't mean that I'm problematic. It just means that I have had a programming of my mind based on fear, on lack of trust, on things like that. And that's how my reality is filtered. And if I would just stop filtering reality through a lens of fear and start filtering reality for exactly what is happening and seeing what's happening, then the reality becomes a lot simpler to deal with. And also, the way to get there is to learn to trust oneself. For me, what worked was the more safety I felt within myself, the more like I felt safe within my own body, within my own mind. I realized, okay, my mind is not such a bad place to live in. My body actually tells me things. It it has signals, it has a language. The more I felt safe in within myself, the easier it was to see reality as it was. Like I realized, wow, I'm not a practical person at all. Like I just spend as a therapist, as therapists do, not all of them, hopefully. I'm sure that not all of them, so there are great therapists out there that are very balanced. But in my journey towards growing in that direction, I realized, wow, I have been a lot into my emotions. Like everything, every time something happened, it would be all about, oh, let me look at this emotion, let me process this, let me understand why this is happening, and let me journal more about this specific emotion. Why is this fear here? Is it because of my father or is it because of my mother? It's a lot, like, and I'm learning. I'm not perfect at it. I'm still at the beginning stage, honestly. But I'm learning to step out of that and think, okay, let me put down my journal and let me stop thinking emotion. Like, let me put my emotions that I'm feeling right now on a side when they're not overwhelming. Some days the emotions take over, they drive the car, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I just hope that the damage is not too bad at the end of the day. But now I'm learning like how also to go back whenever I feel like that. Like I don't expect too much of myself. I sit, I just try to feel comfortable, drink a hot tea or broth if I can't eat, and settle myself down. Because I'm learning to know myself, like to self-regulate. And I'm also realizing that emotional regulation is a lot about the body, like practical things. Like if you eat, you're gonna feel more regulated than if you don't. If you drink alcohol on Saturday night, you could be a little bit more dysregulated on Sunday mornings. Like everything we do has affects regulation directly. If you sleep 8 hours and you wake up and you have a great breakfast, you can bet anything that you will be more regulated, let's say in a normal day, without any catastrophe happening or anything that like different. You would have a much more regulated day than if you went to sleep after drinking and without eating. And I know these things sound so obvious to everyone, even to me. Like I would like say, of course, if I drink, I'm gonna feel terrible. But I didn't realize how much weight it has on emotional regulation. Like it really dictates how much. Like let's say Sunday night, if you prepare well, if you do all of your routines, if you do all your things, and you are sticking to your commitment of having certain, like you do your skincare, you do your whole, you know, whatever people's routines are. If you do that routine and you then wake up on Monday, and let's say you have a meeting, you literally walk like two different people to the same meeting depending on what you did on Sunday night. Like if you spend time scrolling till 2 a.m. and you didn't eat, if you are one of those people that avoid eating like I did my whole life, or if you eat too much and maybe you eat a lot of sugar and a lot of unhealthy stuff that just sits in your body and is toxic, and or maybe drink alcohol, just like let's make it very extreme. Like you drink alcohol on Sunday night and then you stay awake till 2 a.m. You go to that meeting like a different person with confidence. Like your confidence is different, your speech is different, your mind is more organized if you had that routine properly set. Like if you are able to do the things that you need to do before the morning of. And these things sound so trivial and so easy and obvious, but for someone like me that have lived in a state of emergency her whole life and trying to fix problems left and right, and all of these things are new. Like I don't know if someone will relate to this. I hope so. I don't want to be the only one that is like, I'm sure I'm not. I'm sure I am not. And these things are obvious, and it's almost like you have to simplify your idea of the world to grasp them. And so the system that have been driving me up to this point was emergency and fixing this and fixing that and over functioning and like just doing a lot, because I felt unsafe all the time. And now I'm learning that I have to learn to feel peace. Like the other day, I was just sitting on the couch, nothing was happening, and I had a peaceful moment. I couldn't recognize that it wasn't even peace. Like it's so miserable. That I just felt, what is this? Like, why do I feel weird? I want to do something, but there is nothing to do. like I want to do something, but I also don't want to do anything. I want to enjoy this moment, but I'm not able to do it fully because a part of me says, where's the danger? Where's the disaster? Maybe if we don't find the disaster, we might end up happy. What does that mean? Like a whole confusional, just a whole confused evening about what do I feel like, what do I do. So even learning peace, like we all think that healing, you just land and you feel great. No, it's like a lot of back and forward. It's messy. It's teams you're going forward and then you're going backwards, and everything happening at the same time. You don't know what's going on, but the line is going like, it's going up and down, up and down. You go up and you say, okay, today I lived my whole day regulated. Then in the evening, oh no, the evening actually was terrible. So you just keep doing this, but it's going also up. So you go like, you're kind of following a good trajectory upwards. so yeah, it's just a lot of learning the ordinary things of life, like learning peace, sitting with your body without having to distract yourself with phone or food or alcohol or marijuana or whatever people use. I don't do any of that. Like my phone also is something, yes, I do scroll, but I don't overly do it because it just makes me anxious. And that probably helps. I do it sometimes, like I would watch funny things, but not like not in an obsessive way. I used to do it worse, and then I was able to kind of step away from it. I do use my phone a lot though, like for notes and journaling and things like that. So yes, it's just a lot of transitioning and a lot happening, and I'm very excited about the calm and peace that is coming in, and I'm realizing many things about like what kind of life I want to live. I had big dreams and big things, and like I'm so ambitious, and I'm like, you know what? All that ambition seems stressful. I just want to lay down and relax and feel peace and eat a good warm meal and just enjoy that. That's my life goal. It's not anymore about like becoming successful, extremely successful, whatever. I always thought, oh, I need to be successful. Then I realized that was just to get love out of, I don't know, God only knows, my father, my mother, my people. And now I don't care. Like, if you love me, that's great. If you don't love me, that's okay too, because I'm not gonna, like, my life really is not gonna change based on that. And I used to base my life decisions based on how approval was affecting me. Like, will this get me approved or not? And now I'm like, no, there is no way I'm gonna live for other people. Now, from now on, it's just my own needs and desires, and I'm realizing they're a lot more ordinary and simple than I could ever think of. Like, very easy life plan over here, and I'm happy about that. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of update what was going on and see how things will unfold from here. I'm very curious and I'm very excited. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.